Hello, Matt Hancock here. Thank you for giving me this interview at such short notice. I thought it was very important to arrange an interview where we could clarify the new guidelines as soon as possible so there'll be no confusion. I've got a computer monitor here with questions from journalists that I'll be responding to as best I can. And the first question is, so what has changed recently to justify easing the restrictions? Well, actually a very important change has taken place. Remember, we've always said that we want the R number to be about 0.5, and in the past it's been about 0.8, and a couple of days ago for the first time it had been 0.8 for exactly 2 weeks, which is a big change because only a week before that it had only been 0.8 for 1 week. So we thought this was a big enough change to warrant slightly easing the restrictions. Some people have asked what we do about shielding. So we've suggested originally that people should shield for 12 weeks. Now, we have always been guided by the science, and we've noticed that the scientists always work in metric. So 12 weeks seemed the wrong number, and so we've changed it to 10 weeks. The next question is...
Mr. Hancock, you've frozen, I'm afraid. Mr. Hancock?
Sorry, yes. I thought there was this huge headlight coming to. It's not a headlight. It's just a reflection of Dominic Cummings' head. Dom, could you just move to one side? Yes, it's doing it again. Yes, we're getting that reflection. That's perfect. Yes, that's fine. We're all right now. Mr. Cummings, why is Mr. Cummings in my kitchen? Well, he's always at these press conferences. Strange question. So the next point is another good reason for a very limited lifting of the restrictions is because we have certain concerns about compliance. Most people have been incredibly good about complying with the guidelines, and we're really grateful to the population for being so good. But there are some in some places, some people are feeling much heavier stress than others. In particular, there's a group of key workers in the Treasury, and these key workers have been doling out billions of pounds over the past 2 months to people who aren't earning any money, who aren't going out and spending money on things which attract 20% VAT and so on. They've been under enormous stress. They've been working very courageously, but we felt that we would get better compliance if we eased the restrictions just a little bit. So that's another justification. Obvious.
Frozen again?
Sorry. It's the Wi-Fi. Dom, could you put the router back, the Wi-Fi route? No, could you put it back again? No, where it was before. No, next to the photo of Margaret Thatcher. Yeah, it's great. We're fine now. Yes, okay. So where were we? Oh yes, one of you has asked, why are there no scientific advisors here? Well, there's an obvious practical reason, and that is you couldn't get 2 people to maintain a distance of 2 meters away from Dominic Cummings in my kitchen. But there's another much more important reason, and that is, if you remember, the Prime Minister at the press conference recently pointed out that if you ask a scientific question to a scientific advisor about this virus and the pandemic, the answer is always going to have some sort of political implications And that means that no scientific advisor can ever be objective when they're answering these questions. So we've decided there's no point, therefore, in asking any questions to our scientific advisors. Actually, we've had some volunteers running a little pilot, and they have asked various questions of our scientific advisors, and that's shown some rather telling results. So, for example, one of the questions was, what is it when you subtract 0.5 from 0.8? And all the scientific advisors gave the same answer, which was 0.3. And we showed these figures to our colleagues in the Treasury, and they said, no, it's 0. 0.8 and 0.5 are statistically the same number. So you can see the sort of discrepancy that arises when you ask scientific advisors for Don. No, Dom. No, can you just put it back in the knife block. In the knife block. No, Dom. In the next to the bust of Winston Churchill. No, in the knife block. No, Dom, please. Ow! That hurt.